Hey guys, this is gonna be a guide when it comes to how to play Liang at P2. If you are wondering what her performance would look like at P0, I have referenced everything about this topic in one of my previous videos, so please go ahead and watch that. Here, as I said, we're gonna take a look at how to really play Liang with her portrait number 2. Side note, and keep in mind that this team is not complete yet. There is a very important piece missing that joins the fray in 6 days from now with Heguang. Heguang is extremely important for this team because all of the potential replacements for Heguang are not crushing it in this game, to say it at least, you know. Everyone, like you see me right here, I'm using 37 for example, that is not truly a viable replacement, you know what I mean? I think you get the point. So please keep that in mind when you watch this footage, that this team here is still incomplete. Since we have P2, you can see right here, right out of the gate, Liang immediately casts her ultimate. Not only does she do that, but if you look at the footage from P0, then you will realize that in her array there are 3 incantations in the middle, and here with P2 we only have 1. Why is that extremely important? Because we want to combine the 2 areas in our spell docs. On the left hand side we have the green area, on the right hand side there is a red area. Combine those to an area that we call the balance area. That is crucial because, for example, right, whenever we would now use an incantation out of the green area, we would accumulate the green stack. Do we use an incantation from the red area? We produce a red stack. And you can see here this claw beside your area in which you place your rotation, you see these stacks accumulated. Let me show you this. You see the claw, everything is gray. Now I play an incantation out of the green area, boom, we have accumulated 1 green stack. And in order for you to play Liang to her maximum efficiency, you need to accumulate the balanced amount of green and red stacks. So you never want to have more red stacks than green stacks, and you never want to have more green stacks than red stacks. We have to have an equally balanced number there. You can see that we can accumulate 5 stacks, so an equal amount of numbers would not be possible unless we play incantations that count as both, that produce both a green and a red stack at the same time. And in order for us to do that, the only way to accomplish this is to combine both areas into one, so that we create this balanced area, and every single incantation played out of the balanced area accumulates both a red and a green stack. Now, as I said, this team is not complete. If we have Heguang at our disposal, then he removes some incantations out of our hand. That means the incantation in the middle that is annoying and prevents our areas from being combined together into one would be not there anymore, because Heguang would remove this. That would give us speed, freedom and convenience. Keep that in mind. So if we started the battle off without Heguang though, we want to play the unfinished tune, as the unfinished tune makes us able to remove a card from our hand. And now you can see there is no annoying incantation anywhere anymore, and we can, just by playing 1 incantation, already combine our 2 areas into 1. Here, let me show you how this actually works. So we want to of course use Liang as much as possible, right? Yes, but at P2 we take a more emphasis is put onto using flutter page. You know how it goes with teams that flutter page is in. So we move 1 incantation, we play 1 incantation. Now you can see we have accumulated 1 green stack, and that means we have to accumulate a red stack, right? So that we have 1 of each. but our areas are combined. You can see that one incantation, this one right here, has both the green and the red attribute. So if I play this incantation right now, you can see we accumulated one stack that counts as both red and green though. But yeah, keep in mind, we need a red stack. That is very, very important. Only then would we go balanced. You know what I mean? And the way we would normally do this is by using the incantation on the very right hand side. That would accumulate one red stack. We couldn't do this with this incantation right here, because whenever you play an incantation with Liang, if you play the buff, it accumulates a green piece. If you play her attack, it accumulates a red stack. Plus the stack on top that the incantations is played out of the area, right? So for example, I would have this one right here. It is in the red area, but playing this incantation accumulates a green stack. So if I would play this right now, you will see both a green and a red stack is actually accumulated. But let me restart the battle, because we have to establish Flutter Pages array first. Alright, here we are again. So you got the point when it comes to accumulating red and green stacks, right? And combining the areas. So unfinished tune. And now it is all about accumulating the 3 Moxie with Flutter Page. Move, play, play. And now we go from here. Now we only play. See, this is actually perfect, because we have one red stack and one green stack accumulated. Now everything else that we accumulate, we want it to be a double stack. So we have to play the incantations out of our balanced area. We now have 2 incantations with this one and this one in our combined area. We have to be careful, because playing this does accumulate a green stack no matter what, but we can still play it. And yeah, pay attention, always take a look at the claw. See, red stack, green stack, and another green stack, because of the incantation that we play with Liang. If it's the buff, we get a green stack. If it's the attack incantation, we get a red stack. So every time, just to make sure, yeah, always take a look at the claw. And the claw right here, it tells you right now what you have to do. Give yourself the answer right here. Say, what do I now have to do in order for me to play it correctly? What kind of incantations do I have to use? The answer is all the incantations on the right hand side that are not in the balanced area. I have all 4 incantations here available, from this all the way to the end, to accumulate myself a red stack. Why do I have to accumulate a red stack? Look at the claw. I have 2 green stacks and 1 red stack. So I need another stack of red in order for me to perform the extra attack that I want. There's 1 more stack, but this counts for both colors, so it doesn't quite really matter. You get the point. This is what you want to accomplish always, and this is the most important thing that you have to pay attention to. We will go for another rotation. Here, now you see the claw is full, and we will perform our balanced extra attack. That is exactly what we want. Now, whenever I would keep playing incantations though, the next claw would already fill, but we cannot immediately see it. So you have to pay attention to this. Look, do we actually have a balanced area? No, we don't. There is still 1 incantation that is in our way. Why is that? Because we did not use our unfinished tune. Never forget about that. It's very, very important. Now, still, we need a red stack. Boom, we have it. And now, everything that we do is we want only to play incantations in the balanced area. Please take a look at your screen and tell yourself which incantations are in the balanced area. If your answer was the only incantation in the balanced area is Flutter Page's ultimate, you are correct. Every other answer would be incorrect. Do this again. Take a look at your screen and tell yourself which incantations are in the balanced area. How many and which one of those are it? The correct answer is 2, with this incantation for 37 and this incantation for Liang. How do you see this? Because if you look at the incantations, you see green on top and red on bottom. Those are the only 2 incantations in your hand in which you can see these colors on top and below. Pay attention to that. Now, the next claw is already filled, right? With one stack. Which stack actually is it? The correct answer is, it is a double stack. We have one stack that counts for both green and red. Why? Because we played the ultimate ability from Flutter Page out of our balanced area. And that's it. And from here, you wanna go like that to be safe. So, we're gonna use only incantations out of the balanced area with Liang. Now you see that the Flutter Page P1 incantation moved into the balanced area. We're gonna play that. Now we wanna keep going. Which incantations in your hand right now are actually part of the balanced area? How many of those? Which one are those? And if you answered this question right now incorrectly, please rewind the video and listen to my explanation about it one more time. The correct answer is, our entire hand is the balanced area. Everyone has green on top, everyone has red on the bottom. So here we have complete freedom and we can play whatever we want the most. What is it that we actually want to play the most? The correct answer is always, in that case, Liang to accumulate additional Moxie. Because you want to establish your array as many times over and over and over as possible. That would give you beneficial effects. And it would also lead to like immunity, for example, but more buffs than that. Just establish the array and use Liang's ultimate as much as you always possibly can. Cool. Now let's take a look at Liang US buffs, because you can see that we just performed a extra attack that was red, right? That means we do not have the buff anymore. Ah shit, I forgot the name, but it doesn't matter. We get a buff by using our extra attack that is neutral, that is from the balance, right? The balanced follow-up attack, the balanced extra attack. We gain a buff, but unfortunately we used a extra attack from red with the red stacks. So what we want to do now is, again, we want to gain access to our balanced area one more time. And in order for us to accomplish that, we have to play one more incantation. We use our unfinished tune and we have to play one incantation. That leaves our middle incantation now in the balanced area. That is only the case without Cheng Heguang though. With Cheng Heguang in your team, you get more freedom, but more onto that when he actually releases. So you want to use the buff on Liang. And now you can see, right, we have 2 red stacks and a green stack, plus a stack that counts for both colors. So what do we want? Correct, we want one incantation out of the green area, because what then? Then we will perform a extra attack that is balanced, the balanced extra attack. So we're gonna go ahead and do that with Fatutu's buff in that case. Why? Because that came out of the green area and we could use some here to stay alive a little bit more. What did I tell you what to do when the first claw is already fully stacked up? We will play all the incantations from our balanced area. What I forgot last time, I misplayed it. That's why we use the follow-up attack or the extra attack from the red stacks. That is because I forgot that whenever I play an incantation with Liang, I accumulate an additional buff. So here, when I play this incantation right now, it comes out of the balanced area. That means it creates one balanced stack, but it also accumulates a red stack. That is important. Now, our second claw has a balanced stack and a red stack. So, what do we want to do? We would like to add a stack onto that would be green. How do we do this? We play Liang's buff incantation, because that accumulates now a balanced stack because it comes out of the balanced area, and a green stack because that is what this incantation naturally does. And now you will see that we will perform 2 extra attacks, both balanced extra attacks, right on this turn. Watch this. And another side note is that if here one balanced attack is that whenever you use the buff incantation with Liang, if possible, if you have her other incantation also in the hand and the second balanced attack, you see, this is why you have to pay attention to when your claw is fully stacked, and then you have to have in your head what stacks you accumulated for the second claw. That is giga min-maxing, right? So yeah, you have to pay attention and you have to play Liang Yue correctly. And as you can see, this is one of the more harder characters in the game to actually play correctly. You have to pay close attention as to what in the world you are doing. Only then will you be able to play this correctly. And you have to keep in mind as well that whenever we would perform the balanced extra attack, we would now need less stacks next turn. Every single balanced extra attack takes 1 needed stack off from the next claw. Look at our claw. Why do we only need to accumulate 3 stacks here? That is because in the previous turn we used 2 balanced extra attacks, and each balanced extra attack leads to us needing 1 stack less for the next claw. Okay, here's another quiz. You have to answer this question correctly. If you don't answer this question correctly, again, you do not understand something. So please rewind the video and watch again. Here, what do we need to do first? You can see, you look at the claw. We have 1 balanced stack accumulated. What now? Right? So normally, of course, you want to cast the balanced extra attack, right? But we have the buff Swift Resolve twice because we casted our balanced extra attack twice. That means what do we want to do next is we want to cast a red follow-up attack next. This follow-up attack will consume both stacks of Swift Resolve and deal tremendous damage. And this is exactly what you aim for. You want to cast 2 balanced extra attacks to accumulate these 2 stacks of Swift Resolve. Then you want to perform a red follow-up attack for the highest amount of possible damage output with Liang Yue. If you understood everything that is going on up until this point, you are ready to play Liang Yue. But now, what do we need to do? What is the thing that we want to accomplish right now? The correct answer is we need 2 red stacks to perform the correct extra attack. How do we do this? We play incantations from the right hand side on our hand. Boop, boop. That's it. Now we need to, what do we need to do now, right? Again, answer this question, please. The correct answer is we have to be aware of which stacks we funnel into the next claw. We cannot see it, but the stacks will be funneled. So what do we want to do? We want to get balanced extra attacks out once again. Why? Because we need to stack up the swift resolve stacks again, as our red follow-up attack that we already make sure we will perform consumes these stacks. So the easiest way is to cast incantations from, you guessed it, the balanced area. You can see this incantation right here being from the balanced area. Which stacks did we just accumulate now for the second claw? If you just said in your head, we have 1 balanced stack and a red stack, then you are completely correct and you can go ahead and play Liang like a master. What else do we need? We have 2 stacks accumulated for the next claw, a balanced one and a red one. What do we want to do next? We want to accumulate another balanced stack and a green one. How do we do this? We cast the Liang US buff out of the balanced area. That's it. So we have 2 balanced stacks, we have a red and a green one. What do we want to do next? We want to accumulate another balanced stack. So we cast an incantation out of the balanced area. One more time, which incantations are right now in the balanced area? The correct answer is Fatutu's ultimate and both incantations right here for 37. We can freely choose one that we want out of this and we will have accumulated another balanced extra attack because we kept paying attention to what we need to accumulate for our next claw. So you will see this being played out with us performing a red follow-up attack or extra attack and a balanced extra attack. And this is how you play Liang Yue perfectly. Yeah, again, right? Maybe you will have to watch this video multiple times because this is like the most red extra attack. Now this is the second claw. Watch. Boom. Red and balanced stack. Balanced stack and green stack. There we go. Now we have another balanced stack and guess what? This is the balanced follow-up attack. I know this character is extremely complicated and it demands your attention, but trust me, if you understand everything that took place in this video and you understand how to play Liang like this to her maximum amount of efficiency, you have one of the best characters in the game available and in your hands, and this will be the case for a very, very long time to come. And this is not even the full potential of this team. You see, we are unkillable. We are dishing out a shit ton of damage right here. So get this ready and then pull for Cheng Heguang if you somehow can. Like imagine you get both, like Liang and both Cheng, both 2p2. I'm telling you, this is one of the best teams in the game. It's top 3, right? But that's it about the video, guys. It's not about the video, but this is how to play Liang Yue. That is all you have to know. In which order you use your ultimates, yada 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 yada, that doesn't matter yet. That will only matter once we play this team with Cheng. For now, it only matters which stacks you accumulate so that you use the correct extra attacks. That's it. And I explained everything concerning this very topic. So now let's go and check out Liang's resonance and her signature Psychube. Liang Yue's signature Psychube is her best in slot, and you will have to go to bank, to fragment shop. Here you purchase the two gluttonies that are available for yourself, and then in this shop right here you will find her signature Psychube called Ready on Call. That is the best possible Psychube for Liang Yue. We can check out real quick what this Psychube actually does. Let me find Liang Yue. Where are you? Here we are. So here, what does this Psychube actually do? It gives you critical hit rate. When performing an extraction, if the carrier has actively casted a one target attack incantation this round, gain more critical hit rate. This can stack up to 6 times. When performing an extra action, if the carrier has actively casted a one target buff incantation this round, gain critical damage. This can stack up to 6 times. When both of these effects have reached their maximum stacks, their stat bonuses are doubled. Right? This will happen naturally. You will not have to pay attention to this actively. But you can see, right, that Liang Yue is a little bit of a scaling character. Her full potential, to unlock it, it takes a few turns. But yeah, with her P2 unlocked, she scales like an absolute truck and really, really fast. With Cheng, even faster. Okay, then her resonance is this one right here. If you want to use the same resonance pattern as I do, then I will leave a link to this in the description down below. We use the piece Genuity and focus on the most beneficial stats. We have a whole bunch of critical hit rate accumulated here. So yeah, this resonance pattern is in the description down below if you want to copy this exact one. It is a code for resonance pattern 14. I will upgrade it to 15 really soon. So yeah, there you go. That's about it. We already talked a lot about her portraits. And that's it from me for today, guys. I hope this video was fun and informative. If you like Reverse 1999 content in general, please consider leaving a follow on my channel. I would really appreciate it. But until next time, take care of yourselves, have a great day, and we love this game.